Welcome to Sohm All. This is Rin from Savage Cat Punch, and I will help you get through this dungeon. We're starting off today with our portraits of the day in the dungeon map. Please pause here if you'd like to get a look at the treasure locations, as well as the stopping points for your wall-to-wall pulls. On your way to the first boss, be sure to dodge monster AoEs, as the flying killers will inflict damage down, and the pollen clusters will spread poison if they are manually detonated too close to a player. The clusters will also explode themselves if you're too close to them. Tanks, pull the monster packs to the Drake Spurs to burn them down as quickly as possible, as they spawn more pollen clusters as the battle goes on. Raskovnik is a boss most parties ignore the major mechanic of. It will begin the battle with a cleaving tankbuster bloody caress, so be sure to keep the boss turned away from the rest of the party. It will then cast Acid Rain, which spawns a danger puddle underneath every player. Sweet Scent summons 2 non-attacking Dravanian hornets around the arena. Raskovnik will then mark one player, stun and drag them close, as well as anyone that is within the same line as the targeted player, then attempt to devour them using Flower Devour. You have enough time to get out of it, so don't become plant food. If the boss manages to devour a player or hornet, it will gain a stacking damage buff that persists for the whole fight. It will then use Spit, expelling any players and doing damage based on how many stacks it has. For the next pulls, you'll be injuring 2 dragons that run away when they realize you're too much to handle. There are a lot of AoEs to dodge here, and for the second wall-to-wall pull, you can break the ice boulders to prevent any further glacial sprites from spawning, which explode in large AoEs around themselves. Myath will begin combat with a primordial roar, dealing unavoidable room-wide damage and spawning red and blue slimes around the arena. Razor Scales is a conal AoE to get out of. It will then jump to the slimes at random throughout the fight, making your melee DPS very upset. If it devours a red slime, a mad dash stack marker will appear on a party member, so help them out. If it devours a blue slime, a mad dash danger puddle marker will appear on someone. Stay away from them. If a large green slime spawns, be sure to burn it down before returning to the boss to avoid room-wide damage. The final pulls of this dungeon shouldn't pose too much of a threat. Take care of any new spawns while the 2 dragons you saw earlier pelt you in the face with fire and ice. Tioman has an instant untelegraphed breath cleave called Abyssic Buster that it will cast on the tank. This does significant damage to non-tank members, so keep the boss turned away from the party at all times, and no other party members should run in front of the boss. Chaos Blast will appear at a random point around the arena and explode in several different directions. Comet will be cast on 2 players at first. Take these as far away as you can, preferably close to one another, so it makes it easier to coordinate where to go to take the least amount of proximity-based damage. Tioman will then glow to intimidate you, becoming invulnerable. That is so cool though. The wings are targetable now, so burn them down one at a time while avoiding any AoEs happening on the ground. The marked players during this phase will be dropping these AoEs, so don't stand too close to them. If you see Comet again, it will be on 3 players this time. Try to drop them close together and get far away. From here, it's repeat mechanics. Here is your boss recap. Feel free to pause for a quick reference. Congratulations on completion. Enjoy your journey, and don't worry, I got you for the next dungeon. Until next time.